Are we rolling?
We are rolling in a new location.
Guys, we forewarned you about this. Our first brand collab. Ashley, where are we today?
Today we are at Wicked Craft Co. with Steve. Steve we met way back. We actually mentioned it on, our second episode?
Yeah.
How we pitched it, but we'll get into that later.
Totally. Well, we just want to thank Steve so much. We've made our way to this bar a few times since it's opened, and we are so beyond grateful to be here today recording our first episode in not Ashley's bedroom.
Woo! Major upgrade.
Thank you both for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having us. Steve, tell us about yourself. Who are you, and how are you affiliated to Wicked Craft?
Who am I? This was the pandemic hurt a lot of people, but it was an opportunity for me. I kind of always wanted to do something, like open a space. I didn't think I had a career. I was always throwing like illegal parties when I was 16, like at my friends' basements or in the woods, like making sure we had music, beer, good guy to girl ratio. And I really didn't.
The ratio.
And then promoting it, making sure people show up. And I really didn't think like I didn't want to be like a wedding planner. I didn't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
I went and got my master's degree after my undergraduate in global entertainment and music business at Berkeley's campus in Valencia, Spain. And so I thought I wanted to like manage artists.
Yeah.
And like during that time, I explored, like I traveled a lot and I saw a lot of clubs and bars around the world. I came back here and I was working property management for my family, not what I wanted to do. I took a job. I went Big Night Entertainment Group, who owns the Grand, Scorpion Bar, all those. I went in for an interview. They had like a job fair, and I was looking for a management position, had no experience. So they said, we don't have any management positions available right now. Would you be interested in security? So I said, yeah. Can I swear on here or no?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, let me get my foot in the door. Let me get some experience. Let me be around the right people, and let me just do it. So I did that part-time at the Grand, and then went over to Big Night Live, and I got into, and I told them the whole time, like, my goals are to get into management. This is what I want to do. And then right before the pandemic, I got into their manager and training program, went through it, and was super happy, content, got exactly what I wanted right before the pandemic. But during that time, I saw the owners, I saw the management, and I said, like, I want to create a space. This is what I want to do. I think I can do it better or as good. This is what I want to do. So, but the timeline was like, maybe I'll do it when I'm 30, 35, whatever. But I think timing in life is more important than experience sometimes. And so the pandemic hurt a lot of people, like I said, but it was an opportunity for me. Liquor licenses were going for a quarter of the price. Nobody wanted to open a restaurant. Everyone was going out of business. The competition was, that's why this space became available. So it was an opportunity for me. And so I spent, like since the pandemic, I took like 2-3 weeks to enjoy a little vacation. And then I was like, the clubs are never reopening. I got to do something. So I started planning this. And not to go on and on and on, but what I realized is like, what do I not know anything about? I don't know anything about food at all. So I went to work in a kitchen for 6 months. And like understood like food handling, inventory, just food safety, just in general, like storage, just the basics. I'd never seen how a ticket came through into the kitchen. I thought it was magic, you know, like I didn't know, like just figured it out, just the basics, so that I have some idea of what's going on in there, so people can't completely and totally take advantage of you. That's what it was. And simultaneously was like trying to put business plans together, like for different locations. Each space tried to like I looked at like 7 or 8 spaces. This was the first one. And when I walked in here, the walls were all black. These were like red, ugly leather, disgusting. They're like velvet. The COVID stuff was up, so the room was like split. It looked tiny. And then that middle barrier was another foot tall. I walked in and I was just like, this is never going to work. I had a different idea for like an exotic. I don't want to give it away on here because someone might steal it. It's a good idea. But like an more exotic type of thing, and that's all I'll say about it. And then I said, that's not going to work for the space. So we went and looked at like 8 other ones. And then finally, my father actually was like, why don't you go back and look at that, because the location is so good. And you can change everything. We've changed a lot here since we opened. You can change everything except the location. That's why we ended up here, because the location is so good. And that's basically the story and how we are.
That was quite the elevator pitch.
That was,
I didn't prepare for this at all. I didn't know I was going to be on this.
Well, I have to say, like, you've done an amazing job. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting here right now and you're giving me this space to record this episode. Seriously, we lived in the North End. We've talked about it a bunch. The North End is like our favorite little borough of Boston. And there's nothing like this, honestly, in Boston, period.
Yeah.
Specifically the North End. So that was a bold move in like just doing something different. But as we'll get into in this episode later, like taking risks is what's going to pay dividends. And you're doing a great job and it's only the beginning. So I cannot wait to see what's in store.
Definitely.
Thank you. All I want to say is I greatly appreciate people who take risks and do stuff. I feel like so many people are afraid to just do anything and create and put themselves out there.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to like take a risk. Nobody wants to stand out because they're afraid that no one's going to fuck with it. No one's going to watch. No one's going to show up. No one's going to come. I greatly appreciate like well-spoken, intelligent women, especially. That's why I appreciate what you guys are doing. And I think it's awesome that you're doing this. And I just wanted to support and appreciate you coming in, obviously, too. So thank you for being here.
Aw,
Not
that means
me.
the world.
Not me shedding a tear. Also, this is so rude of us to not like kick this episode off with the cheers and like a drink.
My drink's gone. So
No! Actually, so true. All right, we'll do a re-cheers later. But
we can share it. We can share it. I have a
All
drop
right.
left.
All right,
I
give us one more cheers.
Okay,
And
cheers.
shout out,
Kinda jumped into
shout
it.
out to Christine for making these drinks. Thank
Shout
you,
out Christine.
Fabulous bartender.
Bar's closed today, but not for us.
Okay, wait, before
You run off.
yeah, we're just gonna do some quickie questions.
Sure.
Okay. What's your favorite drink on the menu? No lying.
No, the holy water right there, because
Holy
it's
water.
clean. You can drink 1,000 of them. You feel healthy.
I can attest.
And
There's
it's pretty.
fruit in the ice cubes, guys. Very flavorful, very light. Love it.
You guys also just posted up some picnic tables. You now have outdoor space for
We-
the summer.
We have a beautiful outdoor patio.
Okay, so when's the best time to come? Is it? I know your brunch looks absolutely stunning.
All the time is a good time to come, but I think the weekends, like Saturday, Sunday, have been really good. It's been busy. It's been good weather. So I like to be around like where other people are. So we've had a lot of people here, but on the weekends it's busy. It's fun. It's a good vibe. So I'd come like Saturday for brunch.
Okay, awesome. Also, for those that haven't been here, this is like a restaurant but bar, but a little taste of club vibe almost, but in a
Yeah.
small intimate bar space. So you kind of get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it feels like a lounge. It
Yeah.
feels like very intimate, but you can also
right
get
word
up
for
and
it.
dance if you want to.
It's a loungy.
It's lounge.
Yeah.
It's lounge.
So a little bit of everything.
And final question for you. I know we need to protect your ideas, but what are you looking forward to most this summer for Wicked?
This summer we've gone through like a lot of changes, and we're redoing both the drink menu and the food menu. We're bringing in like a lot of real entrees, and we have a lot of gourmet sandwiches. We're going to keep all that, but we want to bring in real entrees. I have a little secret surprise. I guess I'll say it on here.
Whoa!
Neptune Oyster right across the street. They're very famous for their lobster roll.
Mm-hmm.
So we're about to do a lobster roll. And not only that, we're going to go pretty hard with it. We have a flag that's coming. It says Wicked Local Lobster. It's a white flag with a red lobster on it. Should be here by the end of the week. We're going to hang it right across from them. So everybody, that line goes to the end of the street during the summer. It's crazy. So we're going to try and offer them what they're waiting in line for. But
Okay.
in addition to that, we have a really good chef. We think we can do it as well. We can make it taste as good, if not better, honestly. But also, as you know, everything's about presentation. Before anybody comes
Oh,
in and
yeah.
tastes a place, listens to music, experiences service, they're going to see what it looks like online. So we're going to have it coming out. I'm having them built right now. They're custom lobster traps, the top of them.
No
it's gonna
way.
come out. We're going to lift it off, but it's also going to be smoking. So we're going to have it smoking as it comes out. So it's going to taste better, look better, and hopefully we get a lot of people coming from that. So that's what I'm excited for this summer.
You're so creative. Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you.
I know.
You'll have to come in and try it.
We will.
Definitely.
We'll
If you
be
like
your first
lobster.
customers.
Oh, she's a main girl.
Yeah,
so
I'm
she's
all about my
very
lobster.
particular about her lobster.
I am. I'll come into review.
I'll let you know.
Amazing.
Hopefully by July we'll have it up and running. So
Amazing. And final question for you. Where can everyone find you on social media?
it's Wicked Craft BOS. So that's WICKED CRAFT BOS, like Boston.
And we'll tag
Of course.
and everything. Do you want to give your personal or no?
Yeah, it's 20 SWB 20.
And for the single ladies out there, they're going to see your face. Are you single?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had
All
to
right.
think about that. I don't know.
Ooh.
Did we just get him in trouble?
We might
When's
be.
this drop? No, very single.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Wonderful. Well, thank you so
you.
much.
Yeah, I gotta go pay
Cheers.
some bills, so thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Perfect.
And if you need anything, let me know. Another drink, whatever.
All
Keep 'em
right.
coming.
Will
All
do.
Not
Thank you
really.
guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey.
Okay, before we get into it, I do want to intro these drinks.
Yeah.
So I have the menu in front of me. This is the Poison Ivy. Apparently, it's their #1 best-selling drink. It is
Okay.
Ghost Tequila, right
Our
up
favorite.
our alley, lime, agave, grapefruit, and pomegranate. But the grapefruit and pomegranate are in the ice cubes.
No.
So they like melt as you drink it, and then it changes the flavor.
Like, what other place in Boston
Iconic.
does this?
No, literally none.
Not Southie.
Do you know how hard it is to get a good cocktail anywhere?
Extremely. I make them better myself. We make better cucumber gimlets better ourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
But not here.
So
not
that
here,
being said,
ladies and
let's
gentlemen.
cheers.
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 Oh, no. Christine.
So good.
Christine, oh, no. Oh, no.
That's definitely my
Oh.
favorite so far.
Wow. It's like the perfect amount of sweet and spice.
Yeah, and it's small,
Yeah.
which I kind of like.
We'll be sipping.
Yeah, we will be. Just right for the episode. Okay, so you guys just met Steve.
Guys, that was so nice of him. He shouted us out, but he really is amazing. Like, good
Yeah,
for
he is.
him.
And he's very all about this place. Like, he's reached out to us a lot. Like, hey, like whenever very accommodating.
Yeah. But
You know?
let's fill the listeners in or
Yeah.
re-jog their memories as to
Yeah.
like how we even got to where we are right now.
So if you guys are a loyal listener, way back, I think it was like episode
it
3
honestly-
or 2.
It might have been episode 3, maybe not 2. But we like just recorded our first episode.
Yeah.
Like, just freshly recorded.
So it wasn't quite released yet, but we were coming fresh off the very first
Yes.
recording.
yeah, we had a girls' night. We ended up here because one of our friends recommended it.
Yep, Berto
didn't know
lives
where
in
to
the North
go.
End. He's like, oh, there's this really cool new place down the street. Let me just take you guys there.
Yeah.
So we're like, perfect.
We show up and naturally we just end up talking to the manager and the owner.
And
then
naturally, Courtney's
as-
pitching us.
I naturally go, you know what, men? We have a podcast.
As if we're a very
And-
established podcast.
And
we
Ashley's
haven't
like,
even released
Ashley's
yet.
like, we literally don't even have 2 episodes. Like, Courtney, shut up. Literally, shut up. But you know what? My parents have always told me since day one, you're your own advocate. And you know what? Presentation is everything. People will remember you if you put yourself out there.
Okay, I thought you were gonna
Wise
say.
words of Tim.
What's the other one you always say? Something mouths don't get fed.
Closed mouths don't get fed. That too. That's a more recent iteration of that saying. But yeah. So we kept up with Steve via Instagram, and we're just supporters. You know, anyone that's really doing something, we just like to support.
Exactly.
And vice versa. What you put out into the world comes back.
100%.
And here we are at Wicked Craft.
And here we are. Like, it feels just so official, you know?
It does feel official.
It does feel so official.
Guys, I don't know. We might need to invite you all out here one of these days towards the end of the summer.
So, as we said, I think from our 3rd or 4th episode, our very first event will be. Did we manifest this?
I think one would say we manifested
I think that's
this.
exactly how manifestation works.
Speaking things into existence now, don't we?
Absolutely. Okay, so should we get right into it, or do you have things to catch up on?
I feel like we don't have time for the catch up.
Yeah.
So let's just hop right into it. Speaking of,
Wait, did we even do the intro?
we didn't do the intro. We
okay.
got too excited. Ready?
Yeah, go
3,
ahead.
2, 1. Welcome to the You Could Do Bold podcast. I'm Court,
This is Ashley.
and you know where we are.
Yep.
Thanks for coming, and we're gonna hop right in.
Yeah, we're going to hop right back into where we started. I think
Yes.
I'm just going to leave that in right there. Yeah, perfect.
That's great.
Perfect.
So today's episode, let's talk about how we got here.
Yeah. So the OG plan, which
Yeah.
we've been planning for a while, is the episode topic, how to get out of a funk.
Yes.
Is that where you were going to start
Yeah,
or
yeah,
no?
yeah. Keep going.
Okay. So we've been planning it for a while. We've kind of wanted to do it because I feel like, I don't know, we constantly have some, tips. We're always in a funk. Everybody, very relatable.
Yeah, I feel like that is something that we always go back to whenever we're in a funk. We're like, we should talk about this. We should talk about this.
Because it's helpful to hear and like talk it out with somebody.
Yeah, I know. It's like I literally go back to certain episodes of podcasters that I listen to when I'm in a funk to be like, what the hell? Like, get me out.
Exactly. So I arrived here today, and Courtney had meetings up until later. So, like, I got here first. I was just, like, setting up the things, and I was like, Court, here's the thing. So I go and I call her, and I'm like, listen, it's the thought of talking about getting out of a funk in front of people, because there are people that work at Wicked are here right now doing their job as they should be. So, like, the thought of saying little girly tips and tricks and take a hot girl shower in front of other people is wildly embarrassing.
And, like, journal before you go to bed and really reflect on your life. I don't think that conversation is suitable for the setting we're in right now.
We're in a bar.
Like, we're in a bar. Cool. There's actually, like, Caribbean music in the back. Yeah. Like, I'm vibing right now. This is really great.
Yeah, so that wasn't, I was like, wait, hold on, I think we missed the vibe here.
So I received a panic phone call, and she was like, what the fork do we talk about?
Yeah, we're going to need something else here.
Yeah, and so very, very in theme of this episode, we're going to be talking about getting out of your comfort zone and, like, where that can eventually take you. And I feel like that always shines through in a lot of our catch-up episodes or just, like, episodes in general. I think where we are today is because we've, like, taken random risks in our lives.
Yeah, 100%.
And so we're going to talk about that. And this is definitely a risk that we took in, boasting to someone before we actually had a podcast, that we had a podcast.
Exactly.
And now we're sitting here right now.
Yeah, 100%. And on top of that, we are kind of sort of in a live audience, which is also out of our comfort zone a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because whenever we've said that before, it's been like, our boyfriend, like a family member,
Maddie
a friend.
Daddy.
I miss Maddie Daddy. Our live audience just grew +1.
Should we pause for a second?
Yeah, we can pause. Before we actually get into like examples, let's talk about why is it so important to get out of your comfort zone?
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. So why?
Okay. So I think getting out of your comfort zone is super important for growth. Like if you're constantly staying within your comfort zone, you're not growing, you're not developing your skills, you're not improving, like none of the things. And this is also super applicable in relationships, friendships, work.
Yeah. Quite
literally everything. Working out, like all the things, mental health, super important. And I think both of us do a pretty good job of
or at least
trying to get out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I think today we're just going to give you some examples, and hopefully this sparks some motivation for you guys.
Because I feel like it's so easy to just get, like, stuck in routine. I feel like everyone is, like, a creature of habit in their own ways, and it's so easy to just do what you do on the day-to-day. Like, it's so easy to get into a routine of, like, staying in maybe on a Friday night and watching a movie and doing this or whatever, like going to the gym every morning on a Saturday or doing whatever it is that you do, or like having the same breakfast every morning. But when you switch it up, like, that really, really puts yourself out there in new places that you never know. Like, I feel like it's so easy to get stuck, and then you don't even realize until, like, you're out of it how much you missed getting out of it and, like, what else is out there in the world.
100%.
And, like, people fall victim to that, myself included, literally all the time.
Yeah.
And,
but I will say, like, the happiest and most proud of myself that I am is directly after I went out of my comfort zone.
I know. And then once you get out of it, you want to stay out of it. Like, you're like, oh my God, this is like what it feels like. You get like an adrenaline rush. And you're like,
awesome.
Wait. And it doesn't even need to be like these huge things.
No.
It could be like little daily activities that are a little bit different than what you normally do.
It could be as simple as, so my friend from home, she just started doing Rover, like the dog walking app.
So fun.
Yeah, and she sent like a little vlog this morning over Snap, and she was like, guys, I think everyone should do this. Like, I'm making an extra $100 a week just to get outside and get my exercise in. And she was like glowing with excitement. She's like, that's going to pay for like my groceries or like some drinks. And like, that was so out of her comfort zone to like sign up. She had to ask us for like testimonials to like upload. So like we filled it out. She like asked for our emails, and it's like kind of, I don't know, it's just like extra work that you need to put in.
Yeah.
But like she was thriving. So excited. And now I'm going to become a dog walker.
As you should.
As I should. Remember when I was going to adopt a dog? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I went through the whole process. I was going to foster dogs.
And then your apartment said no.
Yeah, very rude. But they accept dogs, just not foster dogs, which is discrimination.
Absolutely discrimination.
And could do a lawsuit. Although now we're under different management, so maybe I could.
Except you're
but
moving.
I'm only there. Yeah, for
and it's
another
summer
2 months.
and responsibility.
Oh, that's too much.
maybe
okay,
next time.
and we're going to go back. Okay.
Maybe next time.
Do we want to jump into examples?
Yeah, let's jump into examples.
Okay. I just, quickly wrote this up as I was waiting for you. Let me just pull my notepad out.
And similarly, I have no notes, and I'm just going to say whatever comes to mind. Wait, Ashley, before we get into anything, like, I know we didn't catch up before this episode, but, like, this needs to be talked about.
Yes.
And it is you were going viral.
Not me.
Maybe not you. Maybe not you.
It's actually my father.
Okay, tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Good old Peter. So we went to my sister's graduation, and essentially he's just, your typical funny dad. And he started falling asleep during graduation. And I was like, okay, this is funny. I know he's going to do way funnier things throughout the evening. Like, I'm just going to start recording everything.
Yeah.
So I do. I post a TikTok. It goes viral.
You're also very magical with the POV captions.
I
Like,
am.
you think of things that, like, it just,
I mean, this was just POV, my dad at graduation.
Yes.
This is, honestly, he's a star.
He is a star.
It was all him.
We
He
love
was
Peter
a
Paul.
talent.
Guys,
This
his
was
name is
nothing to do with
Peter
me.
Paul.
Peter
Paul.
Paul. And he sells
Anyway.
pools. Peter Paul's pools.
Peter Paul. Triple B.
Triple B. Yeah, so what I did want to just say this one thing. So all these meme accounts have now been posting it on Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's already out there. Like, literally millions of people have seen it at this point. People, when there is a video posted to these meme accounts, I truly don't understand. They give you, like, credit. It's, like, via It's Ashley Paul, my Instagram. People will click on my Instagram and then follow me based off of a viral video that they saw. And it's simply not the target audience. It's just, like, old creepy men.
Oh, good. Good.
So now I have 200 extra followers that are just old creepy men. And it's like, why?
I know why.
But, like, now I'm thinking I should have maybe said the OG Instagram was for you can do both. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to speak this into existence right now.
Yeah.
We're laying the foundation here.
Perfect.
You're going viral, like, bit by bit, piece by piece. You've had such little, like, glimpses of virality.
Yeah.
And it's all to build you up to be prepared for when it hits and you go off, and therefore we go off.
Right. I need us to go off. I'm not as concerned about that, but it's just, it blows my mind the amount of people that are clicking on the origin creator.
Well, maybe they just like what they see and they're interested and they want to follow for more.
I don't know. Maybe I just thought that was weird.
It's definitely weird because that video is not an extension of what you post ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
At least on
literally
Instagram.
Never.
Well,
so, like, it
kudos to you.
kind of blew my mind.
Did you hit 4K yet?
No, that I texted Courtney this morning. I actually don't even know. Oh, it's recording. I don't think so, but I think I'm like 15 away.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see. Yeah, so Dad has kind of made me a little bit famous.
How is he feeling about it?
So originally he was really upset when I told him it was going viral because he thinks that we're making fun of him.
Oh.
And I said, Dad, it's more because you're just a cute dad. You're very relatable. But anyways, love you, Dad. I know you're listening. So
Love you, Peter Paul.
you were posted on Barstool Sports this morning, so congratulations. That means nothing to him. But anyways, let's jump into the episode.
Comfort zone, baby.
Okay.
When have we gone out of it?
I mean, I started this morning. Keep it small.
Okay.
I went to a yoga class.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this may not seem super out of your comfort zone, but when I'm constantly just doing HIIT workouts or, like, my own workouts in the gym, like, yoga is very intimidating to me. Like, I'm not good at sitting still, breathing, like, doing these movements. Like, it's a very zen experience, and I'm used to, like, loud music and someone yelling at you. Like, fast-paced. And I loved it. And I was so proud of myself. It set up my whole zen morning on, like, a Monday morning. It was great. So, like, that's an easy example. And I feel like I also went out of my comfort zone when we first started at F45. Like, I didn't work out before that. And then that introduced my entire, like, workout lifestyle.
Totally.
So, like, that's just a very small example of literally any of you listening right now could do that tomorrow.
Literally. Okay, I'll start off with the big one. I was, like, one of the only one out of my college friends to go out of state for college. It was, like, such the thing to do. It's just, like, stay in state. Like, I grew up in Florida. So, like, UF, FSU, like, there's 1,000 and plus, like, schools that I could have gone to. And I wish I could say that I made that decision voluntarily. Unfortunately, I didn't get into my top school in Florida.
It's okay. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, everything. Exactly. And another episode's coming on that. But I took a chance. I like broke out of my shell, which like, I mean, I've always been a little bit extroverted, but that was definitely like the biggest like risk that I had taken. And now I live in Boston. Now I have a podcast. Now I have a best friend. Now I have a roommate. And I have a boyfriend. And I literally couldn't imagine my life otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but that's a big one.
I wish I could say that I went out of my comfort zone for college, but like I was so close to school. But that was always very admirable of you. And also such a fun fact. Like, oh, Court, that's like the Florida girl. You know? Like, that's so cool. Everyone's going home to like Massachusetts for breaks and you're going back to Florida.
Yeah, I've never thought of it like that. But yeah.
That's the entire way I thought about it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Huh. Next.
Okay, next one. Let's see. Okay, so bringing it into work, I mainly did this because at my year-end review, I need to say that I'm involved in things.
Okay.
But I just recently joined the Women's Business Alliance.
I know it's coming. Oh
no.
It's not coming yet.
That's coming later.
Okay.
But so I need to be involved in things. So I needed to join some type of business network. So I reached out to my old manager. We had like a one-on-one. I was like, hey, I'm super interested in getting involved. Not that I was actually interested in getting involved. Again, I just needed this for my year-end review. But she put me in contact with one of the girls in the Women's Business Alliance. And now I'm planning a summer soiree in August for the entire network. So kind of cool. It's going to get me exposure. And I know for a fact it's going to benefit me long-term. Definitely out of my comfort zone. But it's something for fun. You know, it's not it is for work, but it's not for work. So like I can't get in trouble, you know, I can't mess it up. It's just me. It's like getting involved in extracurriculars at school.
I must say you've always been really, really good at that. And I feel like you've met people in your life because of that. Like
I think of the Sandbox.
I was just going to say that. Guys, Ashley Paul, co-host of You Can Do Both podcast, TikTok viral, on the way, woman's influencer-esque.
Where are you going?
I was a tutor in the computer science lab.
I was, guys. I was an
IT
tutor. You can do both. I think that's what I like about it. You know, that's why I wanted to be a software engineer.
No, I know. You've always wanted that.
You've always wanted that.
Yeah.
I like to do the unexpected.
But tell me your other best friends have not come from your major and for you becoming 100%. A tutor, which is very uncomfortable for you because especially like you not being super comfortable with public speaking and like the Sandbox. It was like just always Ashley Paul works in the Sandbox.
Yeah, it was. I made the Sandbox cool though, guys.
No, she
did.
I
hosted all the events and I ran the Instagram. Wait, want to know something so embarrassing? So the professor who ran the Sandbox, like at the end of every year, the seniors graduate and he like sends out an email saying, "Thank you, Courtney, for running this event, for helping with this specific type of class, blah, blah, blah," like all of the technical things that they participated in. And then next to my name was, "Ashley, thank you for prompting us to get a mini fridge. I look forward to following you on Instagram." That's not a joke. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
No, I remember that happening, and that was quite comedy.
So, and at that moment,
that should be known
clicked.
Forever.
I think I'm a personality hire. I think no matter where I go, I'm a personality hire.
No,
I think I am.
Well, you can do both. Got the personality and the brains, which is not often common in your field.
Right. But I think there are a few other people that may have better qualifications, but not quite the personality.
Well,
so
rounded,
therefore,
baby. You're
it bumps me up.
Well, that's very comical.
Yeah. Okay, you're next.
Okay. Honestly, getting out of my comfort zone, going on a random date from someone who slid into my DMs on Instagram.
Yeah. That was very out of your comfort zone.
That was like, I don't do that. Like someone I had never met before. I literally was caught in a ballsy mood and like now I have a boyfriend.
Which is so wild.
Yeah, people forget.
I don't forget.
I know.
No, yeah, that is crazy. And I think that's like going on dates in general. Like going on a first date, I know when I first moved to the city, I hadn't actually been on a random first date before, and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna get out of my comfort zone and do it. And I don't think I'd be dating Joe if it wasn't for that, because like I went on so many first dates before and just got comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a vibe.
Just dating first dates?
Yeah, first dates. I would have never done that in college.
Yeah.
Also, I'm feeling this drink.
No, me too.
And it's delicious. This is the only drink I ever want to drink for the rest of my life. Period.
Shout out, Christine. Okay, your turn.
Okay, next one. Okay, so last thing I'll say about work. I mentioned it before. The Dragon Boat Festival.
I can't.
So for those in Boston, this upcoming weekend, so as this episode is released, this weekend is the Dragon Boat Festival in Boston. It's on the Charles River, and all these companies sponsor a boat. And what this boat is it's like...
Does it look like a dragon?
No, you would think, right? But just listen to
I'm
this.
envisioning Chinese New Year.
That's what I thought too. No, you're very close to the water. You're like 6 inches out of the water. It fits 20 people. It's like 1,000-pound boat. There's a steerer in the back. You're sitting hip to hip, like you're touching the partner next to you. So you're like lined up in twos.
Nightmare.
Yep, and there is a drummer in the front.
No!
A drummer. So she's like your captain, and she sits in the front and she has a drum and she yells out what strokes you're going to do. And long story short, my company is sponsoring a dragon boat, and I signed up.
Naturally.
So if you come this Saturday by the Charles, you will see me paddling away in a dragon boat. And it was so out of my comfort zone. Like, I didn't know anyone signing up. Actually, that's not true. I did convince the 2 like taps below me to sign up, and I didn't actually think that they would sign up, but they did. And so I'm kind of sort of meeting new people.
Yeah.
You had to go to practices, so I've been to 2 practices. Actually, the 3rd practice is currently happening as we speak.
Oh.
Yeah, but you only have to go to 2 out of 3.
Good.
So it's fine. All is fine.
Good.
But it was so out of my comfort zone. And again, something to put on my year-end review. But also, I met my first real work friend, I think. Like, all the other ones I've kind of been introduced through my tap class or through one of them. But we were buddies on the Dragon Boat. And I think we're going to be BFFs.
Hell yeah.
I've been manifesting it.
Good.
So yeah, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't sign up.
Love that.
Also, you're not going to be around. I'm making Joe make me a sign.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I want to make you a sign. Can he hold my sign?
Yeah, he can hold it. So yeah, that was something.
Well, I'm very excited for you. I think that is very bold and something that I would gladly say absolutely not to, but I'm happy that you're making this quite the experience for yourself. You know?
And what a good memory.
That's
another
great memory.
thing.
That's another thing you could cross that off your bucket list.
That was never on.
No
but
crap.
Now it is.
No crap.
Now it's right back on.
Exactly.
Check.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
Maybe we could end with this one, or like maybe a couple small ones. But okay, so I have one. As some of you may know, I was in California for a work trip recently. And I was there for like quite a long time. I had like 2 events that were like a week apart, so I had like a decent amount of free time. And I woke up one morning. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the Mayfair group, but it's like a mental health loungewear company, to put it very, very short.
I feel like if you're listening to us, you probably
know who Mayfair is. Yeah. But basically it's a brand that I've been a customer of and I've like absolutely adored from like a marketing and brand and community standpoint, which is like what I do for work. So it just like turns me on another level. But I woke up one morning and I got a text because I'm like subscribed to their texting line. And I woke up and I got a text saying like, popping up this wellness activation in celebration of Mental Health Awareness month for May. And I'm like, if I had seen that, like typically, I don't know, I just feel like there was no reason I should have like clicked the link, because I literally get texted them every single day and I almost unsubscribed to them like the week before.
This is my everything happens for a reason.
Yes, exactly. And so I clicked the link and I'm like, oh my God, this is like happening today. It's an e-commerce brand that's based out of Arizona, and they happen to be popping up in LA around the corner from my hotel.
Like, what are the chances?
And I'm just like, what in the world? And I was just like, I have nothing else better to do. I'm just going to go by myself. Like, I saw like from the Instagram that it was like an itinerary type of event. It wasn't just like an open house. It was literally 3 hours. It was like a sound bath. There's different stations. There was one that was like sparking mental health conversation. There was one that you could paint and you could like channel your inner child. There was another one.
It looked
on.
so
It
zen.
was like
Wait,
a wellness retreat.
Did you know what it looked like before you showed up?
I had seen a couple of photos, but like I really didn't know what to expect.
I think I would be so nervous if I saw a sound bath and
No,
like
well,
journaling. I would have been like,
No, I did.
No.
I did see that, and I thought about it. I was like, do I go by myself? I feel like it's something that you would need to go with someone else with. Basically,
Yeah, that's something I would probably only ever go to with you.
Yeah,
But you went out of your comfort zone.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like, there's clearly like stars are aligned that this is even like within walking distance from me right now, and I'm like in LA. Like, this is just so odd. So I decide to go, and I walk in, and the first person I meet is the CEO of the company. And the CEO her name is Sam. She's like influencer-esque because her company is so amazing. Like Forbes 30 under 30. Actually, don't fact check me on that. But I'm pretty
if you
sure
know the
she's just
Mayfair
like,
group, you know
you
who
understand.
she is.
Yeah. And I just like simply wasn't expecting her to be there. And because I'm in the same industry and whatever, I was like very like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, like you're here by yourself. Like they didn't make it weird, but like everyone else did for the most part show up with someone else. And long story short, I literally had like the best time of my life. I like met people that like, because of the nature of the event, it was like wellness and like sparking like intimate conversation. I felt like I got to know some of the people there that I don't even know to a level of like some of my like college best friends.
Yeah.
And it was just absolutely amazing. And I got to meet like the people behind my most like beloved brand in my mind, like on my vision board. Like, what are the odds of that? And it was because I simply took a risk. Yeah. So basically this brand has been on like my vision board for like ever. And now I'm connected with the head of social media there, the CEO,
All
the
just
COO,
because you clicked
just
on a
because,
link
like,
and decided to go to an event.
Yeah, and I decided to say screw it, although I'm not with someone, like just let me go see what it's about. Like I don't really care.
So cool.
I feel like whenever I make those ballsy decisions, like that's what like pays in like ways that you don't even realize in the moment.
Yeah.
And so very, very, very cool to also see if you guys are fans of the brand yourselves. Like the people behind the brand are like very much who you would think they would be. Like they aren't just people who saw what went viral and saw what sold and ran with it. Like they're very much authentic, amazing humans. And now I have like friends that are affiliated with Mayfair or just in their community that I'll have beyond that singular day.
So cool.
And I feel like that was an everything happens for a reason, but also risk at the same
but
time.
100%. You can do both.
You can do both.
And what a great example to end on.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of short and sweet, to the point, but we have someone exciting coming on, so we must go.
Ciao.
Thanks for listening.
Billy.
Love you, Valerie.